Welcome back to Winners Win Football Podcast, where we make weekly wrong football predictions and keep mispronouncing words.
What did we mispronounce last week?
Last week we mispronounced Aston Villa.
Porque estoy de español.
I'm Spanish.
Clearly.
In my soul.
I identify as Spanish.
I identify as Spanish. I was supposed to be born as Spanish. God did a mistake.
Accidentally
put me in Baghdad, Iraq.
Slight mishap.
I was supposed to be born in Madrid and look like Merino.
Your cousin Merino.
My cousin Merino. He's my long lost twin.
I told you, you look like him. You could play up front for
Bro,
us.
I swear, he looks more like me than me.
Yeah. And some angles are like, is that him? Mm-hmm.
Sexy version of me.
Nah, you're the sexy
I'm
Merino. Sexy Merino. We got right there. Where else can you find a sexy Merino?
Inte mia. Inte mia. So we got a lot of criticism for mispronouncing
by some. Some especially.
We're mispronouncing Aston Villa. But hey, listen, do we say David Villa or David Villa? We say David Villa. Do we say Sevilla or Sevilla?
But
we say Sevilla.
But the difference is Aston Villa is from Birmingham.
Hey, Aston Villa has a Spanish manager. They have a Spanish sporting director, I think. Monchi.
Yeah, I think it's Monchi.
They have They have Asensio, their best player now, fucking doing great. Mm-hmm. So for now they are Villa.
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
It's good evening, Aston Villa.
Good evening. Man, what a manager.
He's.
You missed out. He could have been.
I'm so happy we got rid of him. Honestly.
If you let him stay, he could have won at least a cup. With
Arteta, we won the cup.
And never again.
Never again. Talking about cups.
I mean, it could have, okay, but speaking of Arteta, we weren't supposed to speak about Arteta, but let's speak about him anyway.
Okay, sure.
He could have won at least a cup these past 3 years.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. I agree.
He's not even winning that.
Yeah, like a Carabao Cup or FA Cup or something.
Something, dude. Give me something to work with.
Hey, we won the Community Shield. It's the pre-season friendly.
Are you too big for the Carabao Cup now?
You can never be too big for it. Look at Newcastle, the way they celebrate it. It's a trophy. It doesn't matter what people think. It's a trophy. Even if it's a small one, it still matters. Just because City's won like the last 6 of them doesn't make it less real, because the way you saw the Newcastle fans celebrate 70 years without a trophy, and the way they celebrate after winning this, it's a real one. It's true. I think we should prioritize it a bit more.
I think so too. So Newcastle won the Carabao Cup.
The Carabao Cup, yes.
And Alexander Isak.
What a guy.
How high are we ranking him in terms of top strikers in the world right now?
It's difficult because for me he's a different age compared to the old ones. There's a lot of old ones that are better than him, I think. Or not better, that has been better, which is difficult to compare to like a Lewandowski, Harry Kane. But still, like...
Okay, if we compare him to his... So Haaland
you have better.
Haaland, you have Mbappe.
Mbappe's better.
I mean, let's compare him to the current one. Merino. Amazing. Havertz. Amazing. You have, Lautaro Martinez.
Lautaro Martinez as well, yeah.
You have Lukaku.
Nah.
Hey, he's in the top fight for Serie A.
That doesn't tell me anything.
Okay. Who else do we have? We have Ousmane Dembele. Although I wouldn't consider
him. He's been playing as a striker.
He's been playing.
He is a striker.
He's like a free role. Who else do we have?
But I think but if we talk in terms of Premier League, I think he's top 3.
I think worldwide he's top
5 maybe.
Top 5 definitely. I mean, who is better than him currently? Mbappe.
Haaland.
Mbappe, Haaland. But I mean, this season I think he's better than Haaland, no?
It's not as big of a difference as it's been in the past seasons. But for me, you know, what's the key thing with Isak? I always say, oh, Harry Kane is a great striker, even though he played for Tottenham. He's a great striker, but he never won anything. Not even the Carabao Cup, not even the FA Cup. Isak won Sociedad's first trophy in 35 years. He won Newcastle's first trophy in 70 years. Winners win.
Winners win. That's why I respect Alexander-Arnold.
Alexander-Arnold.
Mispronunciation of the week.
Mispronunciation of the week.
Alexander-Arnold.
Isak.
Arnold.
But Isak, he actually stepped up and delivered a trophy. Even if it's not the biggest club in the country. It doesn't matter.
You win.
You win something.
You win to your level.
And
he won.
That's something that I would say is a good thing that he probably could be able to translate at the biggest and the highest levels.
Yeah. It's like similar to Simeone. He won. He doesn't win often.
But he wins.
Yeah. Arteta does.
Hey, he won.
He won.
Very, 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 very.
Kind of.
Very, very.
He won his first season. It's been just downhill since then.
Hey, we're falling upwards.
Let's go back to Isak.
No, but Isak, man.
I mean, I was
impressive.
I was afraid. I was a bit scared for him during his Dortmund stint.
Yeah, because I watched his team, AIK, when he came through. I was like, what is this kid? He was 16, 17, bullying grown men in the Swedish league. And not that the Swedish league is that high quality, but it's still physical. It still takes a lot of skill.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, interesting. And let's see how this kid develops.
You're going to get so much shit for calling it AIK.
Oh, cool. Who's going to watch anyway? But so I watched him.
So, yeah.
And then, you know, when it comes to Dortmund, you're just like, okay, this is a smart choice because just a couple of years, at around the same time, Ødegaard went to Madrid and he didn't successfully develop.
I think it would have been a smarter move to go to Madrid.
Probably, but at that moment in time, you was like, okay, Dortmund, that's better. It's better for development. They're known to develop their talents, whatever.
So is Madrid. I mean, the Madrid, they won't necessarily be a Real Madrid player.
Yeah, but
they still like loan you out.
Yeah.
And then you get to look at Ødegaard. If we didn't have the Real Madrid brand, he would never be a starter in Arsenal.
Yeah, for sure. But
imagine Isak. Isak would have been a starter for Arsenal like 3-4 years ago.
Probably. But you still thought like, okay, he wants to play time, he wants to develop. Like Haaland, he went to Dortmund for a couple of years just to get the game time guaranteed, develop and enhance his game. That's what you thought about Isak. Okay, he's gonna develop now. But then everything took a bit of it was slow. It didn't look like he was gonna make it. It didn't feel like it worked out. So now that it's going good, it feels nice as a Swedish supporter.
I feel as a proud Swede.
Yeah, you're very proud of me.
And I'm really happy because there was like a certain time when he was in Dortmund, he couldn't crack it.
Yeah.
He couldn't start. And then he came to Sociedad and he was like in and out from the starting 11. There was like William Jose who was competing with him.
Yeah, right.
And William Jose kept like pushing him back. And he got a season where he started quite a lot. I think either William Jose was injured or...
I think it was
But
injured.
he got to start more and he still didn't crack it.
Yeah, it couldn't take the step.
There was a part of me that thought maybe he's that mentally not that strong to handle the top level. He has the talent, but he doesn't have, first of all, the physical strength, and second of all, the mental strength. But then in Newcastle, it's like it feels like little by little. He was like kind of similar to Sociedad. He was like some games amazing, some games not as much, some games amazing, some games not as much. But it feels like now he's reached the age, and with the help of Eddie Howe, amazing manager by the way. Good. I love Eddie Howe.
He's good.
With the help of Eddie Howe, he kind of like figured out a good balance now, and he grew into a world-class striker.
Yeah, but I like you say, I think also with age, because one of the things which is worrying for me is his injury record. He's been injured quite a lot every season, so I think now his game maybe starting to grow into his body. He's getting into his prime, so maybe he's becoming more fit. I don't know, maybe something like that. But now it's like, okay, you are at this level.
Can you maintain?
Can you maintain it, or can you take it to another level? Can you do it at a big club with big expectations? Because there are not a lot of expectations at Newcastle in the same way they would be at Arsenal, a Liverpool, or something like that.
Yeah.
Could he do it? And I think he could. He has the talent. He has, and that's what I like. He has a sort of swagger. You see his celebration.
Very cool.
He sees celebration. He's like looking at the guy like, who are these guys?
There is an Henri aura.
Yeah, there's a swagger to him that's like he has that aura. He has that personality which you like.
Yeah.
But even though when he talks in interviews, he's still a good, humble guy.
Yeah.
He's
but
still
swagger. Humble with swagger.
Yeah. But he's like, after he spoke after the final to Henri at the studio, and he's like, yeah, I know what I have to do. I just had to wait for the right moment. I knew my moment would come. And he talked about, and he praised the manager. He told him like how they had prepared for the game. Everything. It's like, it feels like a smart guy. That it doesn't strike me as too arrogant, but still has the swagger that I believe in myself, but not to the point that it would be a toxic thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And have you seen his sidetrack? Have you seen his British accent?
Yeah. Oh my god.
It feels like a guy from Roadman.
Yeah, proper
Roadman.
Yeah, I loved it.
But the thing with him is, I don't think he even needs to take it up a level. I think he just needs to maintain the same level at a big club.
Yeah.
If he goes to Arsenal, if he just maintains this.
Yeah.
In Arsenal or in Liverpool, same amount of goals. But the nice thing about Isak compared to Haaland, he's so much more involved in the game.
Yeah.
He's so much more technical. He has the ability to create something himself.
Yeah.
And you can see it like, bro, first of all, if we go to the game, Liverpool had barely any chances up until 2-0.
Yeah.
Barely any chances.
They were barely in the game.
They were dominated.
But you could see, like, it felt like Newcastle were more up for it. But even though it's like, it's a final.
Yeah.
What else motivation do you want to be in a final, win a trophy?
Yeah.
For your fans.
But like, if you watch the actual highlights, like Isak is almost involved in every single part of it. He's not just the goal scorer.
Yeah.
He is the creator as well.
Yeah.
Which I think, for me, that's more important than Haaland's role.
Yeah, he can. You can always score the goals, but if you can contribute elsewhere in other ways, that's also it adds value to you as a player.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that, especially at Arsenal, I know Arteta values, because you look at our team.
Yeah.
Everyone has the ability to play in different positions. Like some can play left back, midfield, striker, winger, midfielder. Everyone, Arteta likes players that are able to play in different positions and contribute in different ways. That's why I think Isak would be a great fit.
You just buy him, man.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
Yeah.
It's just meant to be. Isak in Arsenal, he does great, becomes a legend at Arsenal. He wins you a league.
I think he would. Probably he would, but
you just need one piece. You just need one piece, and that's the striker Isak.
But maybe I don't think it's only Isak. You still need.
But I think
he will be the biggest difference.
I think you need. Okay, I know in the last episode we said you need like a left winger, a striker, and a CM.
But that's more for the squad.
But if you buy a striker, I think it's just the level that you need to win. Because you're this close to winning the league.
Yeah.
Like you now 3 seasons in a row, you're like almost there.
We'll just come short.
The only thing that's left, it's a striker, dude. You need the Suarez that takes you to win the league. You need the Lewandowski that takes you to win the league.
I think this season for me more proved that we need a wider squad, because the injuries did too much for us.
Yeah, but so I think if you had a striker, you would have won.
And that's the discussion now. Like, would you pay 130 or 40 million pounds for Isak, or a 120 combined fee for a Nick Williams?
Always quality before quantity. Always. So many clubs have done that mistake where they prefer quantity over quality. Pay money for one great player, and you will will benefit.
But I think that's exactly what we need. Like the big name striker, a proper striker that will get us over the line. But I'm not sure if Isak is that guy because of his injuries. That's the only thing that worries me. Like, could he cope at the highest level? with that intensity, playing more games at Arsenal than he would at Newcastle.
Who else is out there?
No one. And that's the problem. But
They have a Julian Alvarez, but I don't think you can buy him.
I don't want him anyway.
Oh, this is so good. I think it's so obvious. It's just so obvious.
He works. Right?
You just put him and you win.
He has the number 14 as well, Henry's number.
Yeah, and Henry is already flirting with him. Hot take.
Okay.
Hot take of the week.
Okay, let's hear it.
Is Alexander Isak a bigger icon now in Newcastle because he won a trophy?
Than Shearer.
The first trophy since 1969. Shearer never won a trophy.
Yeah.
But he is a reason that many are Newcastle supporters.
But that many know Newcastle. But
like you associate Newcastle with Alan Shearer.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like this, like we discussed it earlier, like you said, Shearer is the top goal scorer of the Premier League. But Henry, I would say, is still the better player. No, he's more known as a Newcastle guy, but like you said, he didn't deliver anything for them.
Yeah.
Now Isak and the rest of the team has actually delivered something. They will be remembered for something like, who would have ever remembered Dan Burn is like for some like funny memes or something.
He looks like a Frankenstein.
Yeah, but now he's actually gonna be remembered because he contributed in a final, and he's a boyhood Newcastle fan as well. So they will remember him now forever.
Dan Burns,
yeah,
is the Ramos of Newcastle.
We have to talk about Ramos as well afterwards.
Yes.
We have to remember to talk about him. Oh my god. No, but so for sure he could not the bigger legend, but he still has to be in a legend status. Like if you watched after the game, Bruno Guimaraes did an interview and he was like crying. He was so emotional. Like we finally been able to deliver something to these fans. Like we're so proud of it. Blah blah blah. Those moments, if as a fan, if my player did an interview like that, I was like, I love this player. I love this guy. I will always remember him. I will always respect him. Whatever.
He's a Nacho.
Nah, he's better than that. Bruno Guimaraes.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you were talking about them.
Yeah, Dan Burn is a tall Nacho.
Okay, speaking of Bruno Guimaraes and
Tonali.
I want one of them to Madrid. One of them. Give me one.
Well, you want the new guy every week.
No, either. Give me. Hey, yo. Ole Amorim. That's it. I'm loyal. I'm loyally gay. No, there are like dude. I need that type of midfielder. I don't care which one. It's give me Bruno Guimaraes. Give me Tonali. Either give me Vitinha.
Jolinton.
No. Who else do we have? Barella. Give me one, dude. There are.
Bruno Guimaraes is not the metronome type.
But he can.
No.
I've seen he can.
I don't think
Before he could. Before Tonali, he was the metronome. Now it's Tonali.
But the thing with Newcastle, they don't have metronomes. They just have runners. They all runners, physical.
Tonali is a metronome. He is Italians, dude. They are
just Italian.
Just Italian. He just long hair and Italian. That's all you need for a metronome.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No more analysis needed.
Speaking of Jolinton, doesn't that speak of the greatness of Eddie Howe? That he turned such a player who was kind of a disappointment.
He was a flop.
He was
honestly a flop. He was big money striker, couldn't score.
To a world class, okay, not world class, but he's like a highly efficient midfielder.
But props to Eddie Howe, but I don't like Jolinton because all he does is running around elbowing people. He fouls everyone every game.
Hey, you need one. You need one. You need a Casemiro. You need a Declan Rice. You need a...
Rice doesn't foul like that.
Okay,
this is borderline like
maybe that's
dirty.
why you don't win the league. Maybe you should do that more often.
Maybe because you don't drink.
Hey, Vieira did that. Keane did that. You need that. You need that.
But we win our fouls, but I'm not talking about winning fouls. I'm talking about he's playing in a dirty way.
Yeah, you need the dirty. I love the dirty.
Pause.
But that speaks. We need to appreciate Eddie Howe.
Yeah, for sure. But if you look at his career as a manager, he took Bournemouth from League One to the Premier League is like unheard of. From the third division of English football up into the Premier League. That's crazy difficult.
He played
crazy
some nice football with Bournemouth.
With Bournemouth, it was
and
beautiful.
There was also, similar to Isak, there was like a period where it was starting to go downwards for Bournemouth. The last season in Bournemouth, and you're like, shit. That was supposed to be the English manager that everyone respected, wanted. But then he turned it around with Newcastle.
Yeah, he's done well.
He's done amazing, I would say. Because, by the way, I know they're owned by Saudis, but they haven't invested that much since.
And
the first season they spent, but they haven't spent shit.
Before, when they were owned by Mike Ashley, they barely spent any money. So they are one of the bigger clubs in England.
Yeah.
So they have money, they have revenue, they have interest around. So they could have spent money before, but they didn't because he was greedy.
Man, I mean, if you're a Newcastle fan,
you got a lot.
Good for you.
Yeah, finally.
Finally, I like that's a club I actually wanted because I watched True Jordy. Yeah. That's a club I actually wanted to win,
to do something, to do well.
Something well. Like, imagine never seeing your club win a trophy your entire life. You have. You have. You have. Yeah. Don't. You've seen them win the FA Cup, but you'll never see them win the Premier League. But like, imagine
this is a spoiled Real Madrid fan, by the way.
I'm a true Madrid fan.
Spoiled.
But a true one is nonetheless.
Yeah, a true one is spoiled.
A true spoiled one. So that's one of those clubs that you kind of want to win. Like Newcastle, and for me in the Premier League, Aston Villa as well, West Ham. I want them to win. And okay, if we go outside of Premier League, Dortmund. Yeah, I want them to win the Champions League.
Yeah, for sure.
Sevilla, I want them to win the league.
Or are they Valencia?
Valencia, fuck them. No, they're racist. They're racist. But Ronaldo is by England, then maybe.
All of them are racist.
No, but they're extra. Them and Atletico are the most racist. But
Valencia is like a classic club.
Yeah, okay, I want them to come back, but less racist. That's
yes, okay. Of course. I want more.
No, you want them to be racist and be great.
Do you? Be proud. I don't mean it. Don't clip me, please.
We're getting cancelled before we even write.
No, al racimo. Crazy.
Crazy. My heart goes out to you.
Okay.
Bro, crazy.
Good analysis. Good talk.
Good talk. But yeah, it's one of those clubs that you... Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah. It's one of those clubs that you want to win. We're keeping this in that.
I guess so.
We're keeping it in. Oh yeah. Can we move to the next topic? Yeah, it's like one of those European clubs that you want. Atalanta in Italy.
Yeah,
it's like one of those clubs you enjoy seeing them win.
Yeah,
from a neutral point of view.
Yeah, of course.
And like Newcastle, very happy for you. Next.
I was always happy for them until for some reason they started having this weird rivalry with Arsenal and Arsenal fans. So every time they beat us, they're like, "Oh, we're better than you," and then we're like, "Yeah, good job, whatever," and they just start poking us like. So that's
Bro,
why
it feels like you have a problem with every single club in England.
Because they all hate us. What do you want me to do?
Because everyone is racist.
No, I that's another discussion.
Maybe that speaks volume about you more than other clubs.
That's why make sure you don't lose against us. Do not lose against us.
Bro, I cannot.
No, but
let's talk about Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Toothless.
It's
0 chances, real good chances up until 2-0. Are we gonna what are we saying about Liverpool? I think Slot is a bit unexperienced, which you predicted. I predicted it wrong. Slot is a bit inexperienced.
And I think he's a bit naive with his tactics, especially in big games.
Yeah, but I think he peaked too early in the season.
Yeah.
That's a thing that Madrid does well. That's the thing that Pep Guardiola did well.
Yeah.
I think that you now do well.
Yeah, Arteta's learned that.
Yeah, you peak later in the season. When everything is on the line, you start peaking around like February, March,
Around this time now.
March, April, May. That's when everything gets decided.
Yeah.
You just make sure that you're in the race. You're in the race for the league. Yeah, so that's the problem with peaking too early. So we did this mistake with Ancelotti before in his first stint to Real Madrid.
We did it as well. The first year we challenged.
You challenged for the league with Arteta.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that Zidane was so good at, and that's why he won so many titles and Champions Leagues, is because he always peaked at the right time. And that's why Guardiola won so many league titles, because he peaked at the right time. And that's experience. And Arne Slot doesn't have that at this point.
For me, and that's why I criticized him a bit in the last show, because I felt like in the big games, tactically he's been outplayed a bit too much. Obviously he's been in the PSG game was against Enrique. Enrique is a good tactician. He's a good coach. He's been coaching at the highest level for several years.
He's a good coach
compared to Slot.
He's a good coach, but he's not the best. He's not a Guardiola. He's not Arteta. He's not an Ancelotti. He's not like. There is better managers. He's not Inzaghi.
No, of course. Now, Inzaghi is also tactically a very good coach.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying, people were saying, Slot is one of the best in the league. I'm just like, not yet. He hasn't proven to me yet in the biggest of games that he is able to cope tactically with the best of them. Obviously, he, like I always say, I feel like I say it every pod. You have your players. You can bring the team up with the same players tactically if you have good tactics. But then to get to the next level, you need good players as well, the best players, to be able to incorporate the tactics. Like Guardiola, everyone always jokes about him that, he always spends so much money, but you need the best players to be able to execute those tactics. That's what I think. That's why you guys always win, because you always have the best players. So Slot, he has the best players. He has some of the best players in the leagues. That's why his tactics is good enough for the league. It's good enough. It's not at the highest level.
But there is some recency bias. Like right now, they're in bad form.
But no, I told you this. I've said this all season.
You have.
I've
but
told
also,
you this all season.
I mean,
it's easy for me to say.
Liverpool hasn't beaten Real Madrid in how many years?
Yeah.
He beat us.
Yeah.
And he outclassed us.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm waiting for you to continue. No.
Yeah. So we said like top quality tactical performances. He did that against us.
Yeah, fair. But for me, it's just more than one game.
I'll give you another example.
Okay.
Alonso. He outclassed Alonso 3-0.
So did Company.
I mean, dude, I think they were unlucky with a bad run of forms now. Yeah. I think the problem is, and I think he's gonna learn this later on. I think he's still gonna win the Premier League.
Yeah, I think so.
It's hard to. It's a bit. How many games are left?
There are 9 games left, and there's 12.
They have to lose 4 games.
But we played them once as well. So let's say 3 games, and then we could.
I love that you.
I know.
You know you're gonna win at Anfield.
No, I'm not saying we will, but I'm saying, if they lose 3 games up until that point, we have to win at Anfield. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
But I don't think we will. I don't think they will drop that many points.
If they lose the league,
he will.
Thing is,
what are you gonna say?
This league title is the title of the butlers.
Oh Lord.
Who will bottle this the most?
But I mean, if they bottle it from here, like you said, that's the worst.
That's the worst flaw. But I think they will bottle it. It's just you won't take the chance.
Well, but we bottled the chance.
It's just dumb.
The bottle and bottle and bottle.
Bottle and bottle.
Sad.
Uh,
Yeah, it's the bottle league,
it's the bottle league.
not the Champions League.
Not
It's
the
the
Premier League. It's the bottle
not the Champions League, not the Premier League. It's the bottle league.
bottle league. I think the problem is, I think next season. But if you think about it, it's Arne Slot's first season.
Impressive.
So if he wins the Premier League as he should with this amount of points
Yeah,
ahead,
at this moment in time.
yeah, at this point of
Considering our injuries. as well.
Consider okay.
But
I think I like it was needed for him to like if you're gonna succeed Klopp. It was needed that upward trajectory early
Yeah,
on because if he started the season slow and then went up, you don't have that privilege in the first season. You need to perform immediately.
Yeah, you gotta credit him because if you look at the big clubs which left the big managers after Fergie, Wenger, both managers that they hired soon after, too big for them. Emery, not a bad coach, too big for him. He couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
It was too much. Same with David Moyes. Still a good manager, too big for him. So it is difficult to succeed one of the more bigger manager of their history,
I'll give
especially
you two other examples. Guardiola, when he left Barcelona,
Yeah.
the first season he had Tito,
Yeah.
and then the second season he had Tata.
Tito Tata Hiti Titi.
And they both they didn't succeed
Yeah.
as well. And then same thing with Zidane. The first season after you had Lopetegui and then Solari.
Yeah.
And then Zidane came back the same season. But it's hard to
It is
replace
difficult. So you gotta credit Slot for that,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, for sure. But I still think what will he do? It's like a crossroad now. What will happen in the transfer window with Liverpool? Will they lose their big players? Will they keep them? What will happen?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that determines their future a lot.
Yeah.
Because I think Liverpool is top the three biggest team in England. We don't have to rank them now. They are one of the three big teams. But I still feel like they have never had that much pull in the transfer window. They haven't signed like. Of course, Salah was good, but he wasn't like everyone wanted Salah at the same level. Like
he wasn't even wanted. At that point, he was seen as like the guy that misses a lot in Roma.
Yeah, exactly. But still a good player, nevertheless. So they have never signed like a truly like even Alexis Sanchez.
But I agree. I agree with this statement.
Even Alexis Sanchez chose us before them at that point.
Look at all the players that chose other clubs ahead of them. Mbappe,
Bellingham,
Tchouaméni, I think even Camavinga. Every Real Madrid player that went to Real Madrid the past 4 years, they wanted
Liverpool
they couldn't get them.
And that's the thing, like if they lose their big players now, what will happen? Because I don't think they will attract equally good players in the transfer window.
But why do you think they don't have such a pull?
It's weird. I honestly don't know. Like if I compare to Arsenal, it's London maybe, I don't know. They play in Merseyside, Liverpool. It's not maybe as attractive.
Is it because they keep losing the finals?
But even now, they haven't attracted like any big players when they've been good.
It has to be a problem with the management. There is something wrong up top.
But I feel like they've been like this forever. They never had like the big pull in the transfer window.
That is true.
So for me, this is the most important thing. What will they do with the players they have, and who will they replace them with? Because if it comes down to it, Isak, if he has to choose between Liverpool and Arsenal, I think he choose Arsenal, even if they win the Premier League this season and we win nothing.
Yeah,
I honestly think that, and that's not me being a delusional Arsenal fan, even though I am.
I do feel it.
I do feel like he would choose Arsenal over Liverpool.
Yeah, I think. Maybe projection-wise, the project is looking better for Arsenal.
Maybe.
But, man, it's...
So I feel like Liverpool are a bit of a crossroad. But so we'll see.
If he keeps Van Dijk at least.
Yeah. But even Van Dijk, PSG is talking about to him.
Salah is...
Real Madrid I've heard. But I don't think we'll offer him. He's too old.
We want Saliba. Fabrizio Romano.
Of course, everyone wants Saliba.
But when Real Madrid wants a player, we get the player.
But that's the thing that I like, because now we hear from Arsenal that they extended Miles, extended Wanyeri, Saka. They're talking to Gabriel. They're talking to Saliba. And Saliba has in the summer he has 2 years. So they're starting now to make the contract negotiations with all of them. So for me, I don't worry. And you know what Saliba said? He's like, I love Arsenal. I love being here. There's no doubt in my mind. He's like, I do not want to leave this place without winning anything because I don't want to be forgotten by the fans.
Okay, win something this year so he can come.
Of course. But
we're gonna give you the Champions League. Go ahead. Win it.
Yeah, of course.
So we can get Saliba for 10 years.
Yeah, but back to the Liverpool game. Do you want to talk about Salah in finals?
So Salah because the Ballon d'Or.
But since we're talking winners win,
yeah,
you have to win. Like you always say, in the biggest of games, how do you perform?
How do you step up?
Do you step up for your team?
Yeah, which is kind of sad because I'm Arab, and I do want like
Salah to be
the best player in the world, but there is something there. But he does perform in big games though.
Yeah.
He doesn't perform in finals. But he does perform in big games. Like he always scores against City. Yeah. He always scores against you.
Against us for sure.
He has scored against Real Madrid, not as much.
Yeah.
Not in the finals, but he has scored.
Yeah.
He scored in Champions League semi-finals. He scored in. He has scored in the final as well.
Yeah.
It's not like he doesn't score. I don't care. Goal is goal.
Winners win.
Yeah, and there's something with Salah. It's just
like when it matters.
He's almost
so close. He's so close.
Yeah, he's so close to being goat level. But he's just
not enough.
And yeah, he lost the Ballon d'Or. I think.
You think this week alone? You exit the Champions League early, and you lose a cup final.
Yeah, he has to like finish off the season amazingly, and then I win the fucking Club World Cup. FIFA will rate that. They will give him the best. Yeah.
Probably. But the Premier League season he's had is one of the best ones in the Premier League history. But even though that might not be enough, because when you look at it,
it was enough for Rodri. It was enough for Rodri.
Yeah, but it
should be enough for Salah.
But it wasn't enough for Henry. Like the season when we went Invincibles, the season when Nedved won, I mean, he had the 2020 season. It was amazing that year.
Which one? Which season?
Henry.
It's 2006 or what?
No, I don't remember what year now. But that year when Nedved won the Ballon d'Or, they won the Champions League. He didn't have the numbers.
Juventus never won the Champions League that year.
Didn't win.
The Juventus has won the Champions League in the 90s, I think.
I might confuse it with something else then.
Maybe.
But he was more influential in that team. But Henry had the better numbers, but never won the Ballon d'Or. So Salah, even though he might have numbers, it might not be enough.
Yeah, I don't think it is enough. Rafinha probably.
Because Rafinha has...
If they win the treble, and I think Barca will.
They could. And because Rafinha has the big moments, like he has contributed in big moments to get the wins, to get results, which Salah has, but Rafinha has also, on top of that, progressed.
But imagine if Lamine keeps like going up, because now he's just scoring every single big game.
Yeah.
If he keeps doing this up until the last end of the season, and
you think he could win it?
Why not?
It'd be scary.
If they win the biggest titles, and he scores the most important goals, and he is the best player in the team,
of course he would deserve it.
He would deserve it.
But then you would have like, I think the first half of the season Salah was the best player in the world. Second half, Lamine. If that would happen, I would say it's someone else.
Yeah.
But then you would have to look at which one is more important. I would have to say the later one, because that's where everything is decided.
Yeah, but that's the problem with Salah. He always peaks early in the season as well.
Yeah.
And this is like a continuous theme.
Yeah.
He always peaks early, all the applause and all the accolades early in the season, and then when it matters, he falls off. The same thing last season, by the way. It's always like around the time when the African Cup
It used to be in January.
Used to be in January, and then after that he falls off. Now there is no
AFCON,
and he still falls off. But I think It's similar to Zlatan.
Yeah.
Zlatan used to always peak too early.
Yeah.
Amazing, but then when it matters in the
In the
Champions,
Champions League, didn't do it.
he's not there.
And that's like, I guess, the difference between the good players and the great players.
The
Like,
great players know when to choose their moment.
Yeah, and they always perform when the team truly needs them. And I feel like over the past 2 games, especially against PSG, Salah had chances. He could have scored twice in the early on. He didn't.
I mean, at some point in the season, you have to have a bad form.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course.
this is like,
and that's what I told you.
This is like the first bad form, and unfortunately, it was the worst time to have it.
Yeah, and that's what I told you. Like they're not gonna keep up this level. I know they will drop off. I was like, I think we'll drop off even harder. We'll bottle, bottle and bottle. So
Bottle leak.
So that's why I felt like it's not enough.
Bottle leak. Bottle leak.
We can.
I think. It's still
it's difficult.
My thing is, like, if you win the league the first season, it's still a great achievement.
Yeah, of course, no doubt.
And if you win the league, Salah has been a huge contributing factor. So he's definitely top 2, top 3 in the
top three.
But speaking of top 3,
yes,
Real Madrid.
I thought you were going to say us. No, here comes the flames.
Mbappe.
Man, without Vini.
I mean, I think Mbappe, level-wise, peaking at the right time.
Yeah, he actually is peaking at the right
time. And he is deciding important, huge games on his own. And he is not only scoring, he is creating the play.
Yeah.
He is starting the attacks. He is defending late.
Oof, yeah, for sure.
At the extra time against Atletico, when everyone was tired, he ran across the field and then tackled. Slide tackled. I think Paul or Rodrigo de Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, Mbappe right now, I think he has pointed himself as the great of the team.
Yeah,
and everyone has to step aside.
Leave away from me.
This is my team. And I think Vini has to accept this new reality.
Oh.
And he got benched for unknown reasons.
Ancelotti never told you.
Not that I've seen.
Oh.
So if you get benched after the last game, when you missed a penalty, you played shit against Atletico, this is...
But they said against Atletico that he subbed himself as well. Like
before the penalty.
He subbed himself.
I mean...
Mentality?
Or Ancelotti is saying that just to protect him?
From what?
From criticism?
But that, for me, that would be bigger criticism. It's like, okay, he doesn't want to play the penalties. He's too scared to take penalties.
No, yeah, but no, it's more like Ancelotti doesn't want to say I took him off because he would miss the penalty. It's more like he wanted to do it.
Okay, yeah.
But I think Rodrigo, man, every time Rodrigo plays on the left, I mean, he didn't have a great game, but it's just there is a greater understanding with
between
Mbappe.
them, yeah.
There is a greater understanding between Bellingham and Mbappe. Brahim does his role.
Yeah.
It was a tough game. It was like we were dominated big parts of the game.
But you have struggled. I saw it like you haven't won there in 6 years. Or something.
It's always a draw or loss. Always. I mean, we did win in the cup, but not in the league. But it was a tough game. The only thing I take away from the game is that Mbappe was great, and there are too many games. Bro, Mbappe and Bellingham fell on their knees.
Yeah.
They fell on their knees after the game. They're so dead. And Ancelotti came out and said, like, if there is less than 72 hours rest,
we won't play.
But then Barcelona posted on their Twitter, they were like, last time we had less than 72 hour rest, we beat Bayern 4-1 and then Real Madrid 4-0.
Levels.
But
I feel like, and then on top of that, this summer there's the Club World Cup. Like there's way too many games for the same players.
Dude, they're offering 1 billion
Yeah, I saw
as a price.
I saw it, and it's disgusting, honestly, because like how, of course, everyone
Of course,
wants
they want to fill the starting players.
and you want the money and everything, but the players, we will see a decline in quality because the players will be too tired, they will be fatigued, there will be too many injuries.
Maybe the salaries will go up, and that's why the players will want to do it.
But okay, I want to do it, but my body won't let me. It doesn't matter if I want to do it, if my body's injured because it doesn't get enough rest, I can't take care of it.
If you give me 30 million euros a year.
No.
If you give me 30 million euros a year, I will eat shit.
Okay, but will you be as good at eating shit as you
I will do it neither. Nevertheless, I will do it.
Okay, but you will be bad at it.
I will do it. I mean, 30 million euros, man. It's not pocket money.
Of course not.
So you gotta work for it. Bro, I'm a doctor. I don't feel like going to work every day. I do it. If you give me 30 million euros to do my favorite thing in the world, play football.
Yeah.
I don't care if my body takes it. Fuck it. There is so much money involved in this.
Yeah, but for me that's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing, but it is what it is.
It takes away from the things that you say you love. It becomes more. It is a job.
Business. It's a business. No shit.
It's a business, but then. Because I had a discussion about this with some other people. Like, I feel like if I was a pro footballer, I would rather play at like a middle to low level, like a mid-table team.
Yeah.
Because then it wouldn't be as much expectations and the propaganda and having to be a political figure and everything. Like, look at Mbappe.
But you wouldn't play in your favorite club, though.
Do you think he would? It doesn't matter. Do you think he enjoyed football playing for PSG when everyone was pulling at him, being the face of
course not.
France?
Of course. No.
It's not fun. And I don't think at the highest level it's fun anymore, because then you have to be a certain person. You have to have that face. You have to have an image, be someone which might not align with you, and then you have to play your football on top of it instead of just enjoying the football.
This is my quote of the day.
Quote of the day, okay.
Greatness is not fun. That's why you're great. You do what's tough. Michael Jordan didn't have fun.
Yeah.
He was great. Otherwise, everyone could be great.
No, for sure.
Winners win for a reason.
Winners win.
And greats are great for a reason. Because they do what's tough and hard and not fun a lot of times.
But I agree. But money shouldn't be what decides it. Like, you shouldn't make it tougher for the sake of money. That's for me.
No, of course not. But that's reality. We live in a monetary world.
Yeah.
We live in a world of dollars, controlled by economy. That's the world we live in. It's, of course, now I wish money didn't decide everything, but that's the world we live in.
And that's the problem. Like, it becomes more and more money oriented in football.
Yeah.
Like, now we see the Club World Cup played in the summer, with no preseason, no rest or anything. And next thing you know, we'll see league games playing in Asia, in America, in other places where they will get more money.
So if we say it like this, football has always been about money. It's just there was a less pull of money. The pull of money is growing, but it was always about money.
Yeah.
It's just that we were small, we were young, and we didn't think about it.
Yeah, for sure. But for me, there's a limit. They have to restrict it at some point.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it becomes boring.
But there is an argument that, like, the people there is a democratization of football.
Yeah.
That you maybe like in Europe want to keep it here, but like the kid in China or the kid in US gets to see them live. That's also huge for them.
For sure.
That's democratization of football.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be as pure.
Yeah.
Like having, for example, home fans, a local team, or like let's say Real Madrid playing in Bernabeu in Madrid. It won't be as fun in America the same way it's in Bernabeu.
Yeah.
Of course, I think it's a bit boring, but there is an argument that it's democratized.
But
And let's say like
is democracy always good? No, I'm kidding.
no.
Don't don't click me.
I mean, that's an argument.
We need a illuminated.
I think, dude, I think we always adapt.
Yeah.
That's like now we complain, but we always adapt.
We will always complain and then adapt to something.
And then adapt. Like VAR, we complain, now we're kind of adapting.
Yeah, of course it's bad because the refs are shit. But as soon as they adapt to the system, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, but okay, let's give you a clear example that you grew up with, like Champions League.
Yeah.
Champions League wasn't this format before. Now we love Champions League.
Yeah.
But before, probably people from the 80s, 70s think
didn't like
it was better before.
Yeah.
And they complained. And then it became good. So...
Yeah, but of course that's a cycle.
Times change.
But that's a cycle, exactly as you say, time change. But there's some values which I still think we need to uphold. That's just me. That's just me.
And especially football. If football is like our safe haven.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the thing that shouldn't modernize.
It should actually.
And like you watch football because it's pure.
Yeah.
It's like the childhood dream. You still support the same team that you supported when you were a child. You want to keep that.
Yes.
It's like a part of life that you don't want to change. Unfortunately,
but it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible for all the other things to interact with it.
Exactly.
But
yeah, that was a deep conversation. Bought a league. You get both here. You get both sides. You get all the spectrum.
It doesn't matter. Subscribe.
Speaking of Lamine Yamal,
this guy. In the 90th minute.
I hate him so much.
But you love him.
But I hate him.
Yeah.
He's just too good, man.
He's so good.
It shouldn't be allowed to be this good at this age.
Like you said, check his passport.
Check his passport.
He's faking it.
I swear he's faking it. Bro, I swear. So, let's talk about Barcelona, Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
The game in the first 70 minutes is going exactly like every Atletico Madrid game ever. They back off, they let you attack. Barcelona have a lot of chances, they're dominating, they have a good tactic to open up, they play 3 at the back. But Atletico scored 2 goals.
Somehow.
Alvarez, Sorloth, boom. You think it's done. You think
like 2-0. I saw a stat like Atletico having lost from a 2-0 position since 2007 or something.
And not only that,
never
at Metropolitano.
And under Simeone. They've never done it under Simeone.
At Metropolitano. That's a tough stadium to win. I mean, look what they did to us.
Yeah.
They killed us in the second leg of the Champions League. We barely survived.
Yeah.
And then they go and do this. 2-0 at 70th minute.
70, yeah.
And then I'm thinking, hey, it's Simeone.
Yeah.
He can handle it.
We got it.
We got it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, Atletico, we kicked you out of the Champions League, and then you give us a gift.
Thank you.
Thank you. The league is ours. Cucks. That's what I thought of. But then, what the fuck? Lewandowski is shit all game, and then he scores a goal out of nowhere. Ferran Torres, why is he left alone?
Because he's so bad. They're like,
he's so bad. They're like,
whatever.
Nah, it's okay.
It's okay.
And then that lucky goal from Lamine. He did not mean to kick it there.
Of course, but
I mean, it's Lamine. You never know.
Winners win.
Winners win. He scores the last minute. I don't know how.
You don't win if you don't try.
Yeah,
like he tried and.
He tried, man. He tried so bad.
And he does it so well. Of course, it's him. At like big moments, big players, they always decide it.
But I mean, how good is this Barca team, man?
And I still think there are more levels to them, because I like I said earlier in the season, I think tactically.
Hey! Do not. You said the high line is not gonna hold.
I still stand by it.
What do you mean stand by it? They're winning the league and they're gonna win the Champions League. What do you stand by? This is the Hammer situation all over again.
What? No, but it's not over.
Kom hit. Så.
It's not over because you don't know how the season will end. Some teams will be. I don't think they will be able to handle it.
You can just feel it, man.
But
feel it.
but the thing that I say, I still think there's level to this team, like improvement on Lewandowski, improvement on their squad, especially maybe not. The defense or especially the goalkeeper. I think if they get a better goalkeeper,
Szczesny's been doing well. I don't think he's lost a single game.
I don't care. He's not that guy.
I mean, Ter Stegen wants to come back for the finals, and all I see Barcelona fans in the comments are like,
No.
kick him, injure,
Keep him down.
keep him down. I mean, Szczesny is doing well, I think.
For sure, but I still think they need to improve in that.
I mean, they can definitely. I'm not saying Szczesny is world class. Don't get me wrong.
My guy retired, and they came back,
and he's gonna win the treble.
Barca's like, I think this is the guy, and they were right. Like how?
I swear, Laporta is the luckiest motherfucker in the world. It's even luckier than Florentino. So I feel like Hansi Flick, man.
Yeah.
I just feel like you just feel it. They're winning the treble. You just feel it. You can feel it with Barcelona. You feel it.
You know when it's gonna happen.
You know when it's gonna happen. But Mbappe went out and got like a huge statement. Like he was like, "I want to win the treble." And they asked him like, "You scored so many goals. Are you happy with this season?"
He's like, "No."
He was like, "I don't care about goals. I want to win titles."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Not a single Real Madrid has never won the treble.
Yeah,
I want to win the treble." And that's how he's gonna make his statement.
Yeah.
I think that's
no. This is
the only way up.
Yeah.
Is to win a treble with Real Madrid. If he says, "I won the treble for you," then he can compete with the greats. And now he's like 6 goals away from
best debut season.
Zamorano has 37, I think. Now he has 31. So he's 2 hat-tricks away. And I think he can score 2 hat-tricks easily. He should have scored 2 hat-tricks now against Villarreal if Arda Güler didn't fuck up a pass.
Yeah, for sure. I think he'll get it this season. But it's been an impressive one from him. From the where he started until now.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see. Because now,
imagine if he wins the treble by his own, because this is not a good team. This Real Madrid team is not a treble-winning team by any means. I mean, now the pieces are like falling in place, kind of. Camavinga.
Vinicius on the bench.
Perfect. No, never. I love Vini. No. I'm never going against Vini. But Camavinga is doing amazing since we talked shit about him.
Boo your players.
So when did we talk badly about him? I think in the first leg
against
Atleti, yeah. But then the second leg he did great, and yes, like against Villarreal he was amazing. He was like our best midfielder easily. And Asensio, he got called up to the Spanish team.
Well deserved.
One thing we didn't mention about Barca.
Yeah.
Casado.
Yeah, 2 months.
That's bad. That's a big injury, but it for us Real Madrid fans it came at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Because this is when De Jong started like taking his position.
And that's why I said like there are few players short of a great team. Like I think Lewandowski could be a great goalkeeper, and the midfield could have extra additions. Yeah. That's what I feel like. That's why I said there's a whole level extra to this team. I think
definitely. But Arsenal.
Yeah, let's finish on the Arsenal game. 1-0 against Chelsea. I mean, it was quite a boring game. I almost fell asleep in the second half because the first 30 minutes of the game, we completely dominated them. I don't think they even had a touch in our box for the first half hour. So dominant, it was like it looked routine. It was easy. They tried to go man for man, like Sancho tried to go on Luis Skelly, and Caicedo on Rice, and everyone just casually just walked around them, like they couldn't get near us. Like when it comes to movement and fluidity, we are so naturally. It's easy for us because of the tactics. We know how to move and move players. So when they went man for man, it was like just walking around them, like they weren't even there. And since we're a technically secure team, it was easy. So the first half an hour, amazing. It was easy. And one thing we didn't talk about you guys in your game, you conceded a corner.
Yeah.
We scored from a corner.
This game, Arsenal against Chelsea,
Yeah.
I can easily see you replicating it against us at the Emirates.
Yeah, but
This is the kind of game I think it will be.
we need to score more goals. 1-0 is not enough.
I think you'll have a lot of chances. I think we'll get lucky to get away with
A 1-0 is
a
not
1-0. Saka's coming back.
They say Saka is coming back.
Merino's doing great as a
Marino's
striker.
doing better than Havertz.
Martinelli is back.
Yeah.
You have your front three. You have nothing to complain about.
Front three.
Saka,
Merino's not a striker.
Bro, Merino is better than Havertz. On God. He's scoring more goals than Havertz. Merino, for me, he's like Bellingham last season.
Yeah.
He is the perfect player for that position. He's like a false nine.
Yeah.
And he drops into midfield, adds to midfield. He drops into the box. He creates overload in the box. Amazing player. There is nothing to complain about. If you lose, don't tell me Havertz didn't play. Do not tell me Havertz didn't play. If Havertz play, you're gonna lose.
No.
You have better chance without Havertz than with Havertz.
No chance. No chance.
Write it down.
For what reason?
Record it.
It is recording.
Remember it.
Yeah, no.
You have a bigger chance at winning something
With Marino up top.
when Merino's up top than with Havertz.
I don't think so. But it doesn't matter.
Havertz is horrendous.
No, he's not. It doesn't matter because
Would you actually... Wait, no. Honest question. Havertz come back.
play him.
Are you putting back Merino on the bench?
Of course. Without a doubt.
He's been winning you games since he started playing as a striker.
Good.
You wouldn't be
2 games.
even close to being a sniff of the title race.
What's the...
Sniff. You wouldn't even be smelling Liverpool's food.
Nah. Of course, he has done well, but long term...
He's done better than Havertz this season.
Nah. Are you mad?
What did Havertz do this season?
He scored goals.
What's goals?
What's goals?
That's what Havertz says. What's a goal?
What's a goal?
What goals?
He scored goals. What do I want to tell you?
Goals.
I don't remember.
Exactly.
No, but he's
been shit.
no, he wasn't.
Havertz is so shit.
No, you'll see when we watch a game with when he plays.
I have watched the game when he plays. I swear I've watched
you
the game.
turn it off.
I've watched Havertz play. There's nothing there. It's just an empty soul.
You know what he loves? He loves donkeys. He has like 2 or 3 donkeys.
Hey,
Muti.
fitting.
Mutis.
You are what you have as an animal.
No,
I mean,
but the Chelsea game, so I think we'll score 2 corners or one, at least a corner against.
yeah, you're scoring against us. I mean, if Ancelotti doesnn't figure out the corner thing,
It's over.
I mean, what manager are you? Because you can I can get Ali, my nephew, who's 4 years old, can figure out that, hey, this team is good at corner. Hey, we're not good.
We need to do something. But honestly, I think even if you try against us, we're still a difficult side because we're so innovative. Like sometimes we go front post,
Yeah.
back post, center. You don't know exactly.
Yeah.
And I promise you, the delivery, especially when we only score corners, usually when Saka and Rice takes the corners.
Who took the corner this time?
This was Özgürd. Actually, it was Lord. Propaganda.
Propaganda.
No, but so it was a first good corner, but it was still a lot for Marino to do.
That's good corner. You're telling me he's never assisted the corner?
No, he hasn't. I promise he hasn't. He hasn't. His corner usually hits the first man.
Bullshit.
Oh, do you want to watch all of his corners again?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
Bring up
let's do it.
statistic here.
Bring the tapes. No, I promise you, his corners are usually horrible. Ethan Wanier's corners are better. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
Is Ethan Wanieri coming back?
He's playing, but what I like Arteta, he's resting him. He's still young, so he's like, play some and then you rest, play and rest. So he's
He
taking.
doesn't trust him. That's what you're saying.
Miles plays. So what do you want?
He trusts Miles.
Miles good.
Varier is not.
Sure. But what I want to talk about, there's some things I want to talk. First, Miles. Have you seen the reaction people have?
No.
Online, like this. It's the same thing like when Saka, Rashford, and Sancho missed the penalties. Like,
oh, racist.
And people say like, he has such a punchable face. Like, huh?
I wonder
That just means that's just underlying racism. Like, people watch him as like, yeah, he's such a bad character, and it's like, when you watch all the interviews with him, he's such a nice guy.
People have become so good at masking racism.
But what I like is Arsenal fans, as soon as someone says anything bad about their players, on top of them instantly, always calls them out. So hopefully that's not a problem, but it's so blatant, it's so obvious, it's horrible. But the main thing I want to talk about from the Arsenal game, the referees. No, but the thing with the ref this time.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Why are you looking like that?
I'm listening. I swear.
He's like, yeah, what am I gonna do when I come home? Like, maybe I should.
I swear to God, I was listening. Yeah. So what about the referees?
This game, I showed you from Wesley Fofana. Mm-hmm. He had like 4 different fouls. One could have been a red, and 3 of them should have been a yellow.
Yeah.
He didn't get anything from any of those fouls, which endangered players, like it could have harmed someone. As soon as he threw the ball onto the pitch for a technicality, yellow card. Like, why is it more important to punish technicalities than to protect the players and their health? That's, for me, it's the biggest problem, because I feel like that's something that the referees do a lot. Like, they focus on the small, annoying, like unimportant things instead of protecting the players. Like, your favorite guy, Mr. Diabolical Hazard. Like, he had been kicked his entire career, and you need to protect those kind of players. Instead, they let him kick. Okay, what?
You've lost the league anyway. What does it matter?
Because I'm consistent. I will always complain about the referees. This is what I do.
I like your consistency.
Thank you. No, but for me, I just want to highlight, like, when I see something, I won't just say it for the sake of it. Like, now we won, sure, I could have said nothing, but it still bothers me.
I mean, you're still using it as an excuse to why you lost the league, though.
Yeah, we lost.
You won, but you lost.
we won the battle, but we lost the war. No.
By the way, there's one aspect I haven't thought about when it comes to Arsenal and Madrid. We're gonna rob you so bad. Get ready.
Oh Lord.
Get ready.
We're gonna have like a 1-hour segment talk about the referees. Oh my God. I haven't thought about it.
Dude, they're gonna rob you so bad.
This is gonna be bad.
I mean,
I'm gonna lose my mind.
2 penalties at least. Asensio's getting away with the red card, that's for sure.
For sure. He's gonna kill Merino.
Camavinga's getting away with the red card, that's for sure.
Yeah, you guys are favorite now. I forgot about it. Completely forgot about it.
Yeah, so prepare your anus.
Oh man, this is okay. Now it's a whole completely different game. It's a different ballpark now.
You're seeing it from a different perspective.
Yeah, we're so cooked. It's over.
I saw.
When I realized.
You were so confident before I said
it's over. Man of the match.
Man of the match.
Referee for Real Madrid.
Perez has got this under control. In Perez we trust.
Never doubt Perez.
Never doubt Perez.
Yeah. GG's. It was fun.
It was fun on the last
prediction. Real Madrid's gonna knock your ass out.
It's gonna be. You gotta score. Like Saka's gonna score like a last-minute goal, and then the referee's gonna go back. Hey yo, it was a penalty in the game against Atletico.
He touched the ball twice.
Real Madrid should have gotten a penalty 2 games ago.
So we have to go back.
The referees are gonna invent the time machine.
To just replay it.
Replay it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, we're not losing. I feel more confident now. I feel
less confident.
I feel confident. So
This is
we're
real
gonna
for
win
you.
the Champions League.
Easy. It's gonna be a classical final now.
Easy.
That's a hard one.
No, I don't want that. I told you last episode I would rather lose against you. No, okay. No.
PSG.
Okay. If I had to choose, would I
Arsenal,
rather-
Real Madrid, or Barca?
would I lose to you or lose to Barca? Arsenal.
Is that bad, huh?
Because they won't let it go.
But we won't let it go either.
Yeah, we don't care, but you're not on the same level.
Yeah, for sure. I know.
This is an off season for us, but like for Barca, it's just there's always comparison. Every single millimeter there is comparison.
Yeah.
So if like they use this treble thing as an insult against us, and we use the 15 Champions League.
Yeah.
But if they win the Champions League final against us in our competition, it's over.
It's bad.
It's over.
Horrible. Yeah, it's horrible.
Like they have that forever.
Don't worry. We can take care for you. We'll knock you out.
You know what? I choose the better of the two. I want our PSG to concuss. We're gonna lose anyway.
Yeah.
I choose PSG. Okay? It's been fun. It's been real.
It's been shit.
What mispronunciation will I do this week? We will find out.
Subscribe.
And like. Ciao.